It's fear.
Hello?
Have you checked the children?
They're all pods, all of them.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid!
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Here's Gingy.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. Gentlemen, I am pain.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
You think that when you die, you go to heaven. You come to us.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
I think he's in trouble.
Julie, this guy, if he can't take a joke, he stinks.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and welcome to our Jaws special. I think we're going to need a bigger show. I am Daniel Shine, joined as always by Todd Loya and Pugs Dread. Gentlemen, how goes your evening?
All goes well, I guess.
Namaste. What's up?
That doesn't sound too good, I guess, but I guess that's
Well,
good.
I feel better now.
For 2020, that's pretty good.
That's a fair point.
I don't want to say it could be worse, but
Yeah, let's not throw that out there.
I saw this meme the other day, and it always tied into Jaws in a weird, twisted sort of way about like scientists finding this cave or something that was sealed up for like some ridiculous amount of time, like 100,000 years, and they were gonna like unearth it, and it's like, no, this is 2020. Now is not the time.
It ain't the year for that shit. Yeah.
yeah. You probably saw it too. So
I did not, but I get what you're saying.
yeah. Let's not tempt fate. Just get, maybe.
I saw another one where they actually dug it out and then someone just wrote and put it back.
Yeah. Oh man, I haven't seen any murder hornets yet though, so that's all good. Georgia would be one of the first states, but anyways, we are here tonight to talk the ultimate apex predator, and that is Jaws. Very excited.
No.
Apex Predator.
Wait, was that Batista?
I want to see a Batista shark movie now, though.
Apex was Kurgan in Becky.
There you go. There you go.
But you should check that
Oh,
show.
wait, no, it's Orton who's the apex predator, isn't it?
Yeah, you were throwing me off there. I was like,
Okay.
did they give that to
One of
Batista?
those evolutionary losers.
Yeah, right.
I
Come
wanna
on,
see
Dan. It was like your one chance to correct me, and you didn't even snatch it.
I was being nice, but no.
Why?
Now I want to see Batista bomb a shark. We need Jaws 5.
I don't support this animal cruelty.
Well,
Yeah,
an
Dan.
animatronic shark. It'd be a CGI shark. Let's be honest. So, yeah, it's not. I didn't say Batista should be in a Cannibal Holocaust remake and take out the turtle. So, no. So very excited because it sort of dawned on me. I don't think I've ever talked the Jaws movies on any podcast.
No.
So even pre-Flesh Wound, I don't think I've ever talked the Jaws movies. Just never got to it. And I'll be honest, it was fun rewatching these because I hadn't watched the sequels in like a long ass time, like maybe like a decade. So
I'm probably
it all
around
just-
the same with you, except number 3 when I saw it with Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D at the Egyptian.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but I revisited for the show, and I'll
I'd
tell you
love
which
to
one I
see
like
it
better
in
later.
3D.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
I'll just say this so far. I think I've watched 3 the most out of these, and we'll get to that when we get to 3.
Including the
Yeah,
first?
I've never seen it in 3D. I wish I could.
We'll get to that later.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey,
so-
Leah Thompson, she does it for me too. Beverly.
maybe if they would have had little Howard cameo in the background.
He was one of the minnows.
Right.
Oh man. I'll get into this. Let's get into the first movie, which almost doesn't even need an introduction, but 1975 film Jaws, directed by Steven Spielberg. And for those of you who've been living under a rock the last 40 plus years, when a young woman is killed by a shark while skinny dipping near the New England tourist town of Amity Island, Police Chief Martin Brody wants to close the beaches, but Mayor Larry Vaughn overrules him, fearing that the loss of tourist revenue will cripple the town. Matt Hooper and grizzled ship captain Quint offer to help Brody capture the killer beast, and the trio engages in an epic battle of man versus nature. All right, so this, I should say, just came out on 4K in a very beautiful edition, and Todd's got the image of her up. I want to show. I don't know how well this shows, but
hold on. Let me make you bigger. So there we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The lenticular cover, I think, is pretty cool. They say limited. I don't know how limited this is really going to be, but nonetheless, I guess
I do think that's pretty cool. Except it's a slipcase.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a side slipcase, which I like even better. It's a little more sturdy.
It is, and there's also a.
So why don't you show how it slides?
Sure.
Did yours kind of wiggle in the box?
Did it what?
Kind of wiggle in the box, like it's not snug enough?
No, I think mine was fine.
No. I don't know what you mean wiggle. Like it's got the booklet in there.
Wiggle.
Yeah. No, it's
snug.
It's pretty snug.
All right, because the one I had saw, it was shaky, and I was like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah, there was a company. I think they're out of Canada. They put out a lot of like TV series, and for a while they had the worst. Like, good luck finding one where the discs weren't loose. It was just a very weird. I want to say like Andromeda might have been horrible. I mean, they sucked so bad, and I bought a bunch of shit from them, and I was so mad, like, because almost all of it was loose. So no issues with mine. Mine came good, looks cool. So Jaws. I
knew that wasn't the question you asked there, Bugs, but I let him run with it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, did I not answer?
You did. But you went on.
Oh, okay. I know. I went on a side rant. I get mad when
I get it though, because I get mad for shit like that too. This is why I've kind of stopped collecting physical media. I'm switching over to digital. Don't get me wrong. If there's something cool, I'm gonna buy the fuck out of it. But this was one like, do I need another Jaws one? So I just got it on HD. Digital.
There you go.
I do a lot more with digital, but I still need my physical copies. But I get
There's
it.
another Howard the Duck out there. I'm buying it. So.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to buy the Snyder cut as every version there is to.
Oh, as soon as it becomes available, yeah.
But who knows how long that'll be? They're going to want to keep that exclusive.
Yeah, that's fine. I have HBO Max now, so.
You know what I was thinking? Yes, this is a side rant, but if Dan got to do one, I get to do one too.
Go for it.
I already mentioned HBO Max should have a Hanna-Barbera section. How do we not have Tales from the Crypt on there yet?
Is that not on there?
It is not on there. It hasn't been on streaming for I don't know how long.
I wonder if it's a box deal.
If it's what?
Box. Because I know they had this the fucking what's the syndication rights? I
think that by now would have elapsed. I think because you can buy it on other stuff. I think this is my hope that they're holding off on it because they're actually finally remastering them they're putting them in HD.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome. And then release it around October for Halloween.
So that's my hope. So
I hope too. That's awesome.
Right. Kids like thinking, I'd have to buy it again.
They might make it just streaming only for a while.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I'm good with honestly. If there's an improvement, I'm not as militant as some collectors of like, oh, I gotta buy it again. God damn it! If I can let go the 4K thing with Maniac and Zombie, I'm just like, all right, well, you know what? They're probably making a lot of money, and that's good. Keep physical media alive. Companies do what you got to do.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
well, I'm just
then
saying.
you're gonna have a version every month.
Oh well, you're not.
All right, Dan.
I also like them spicing it up. Like if a scalp would have came with the Maniac, or like a fucking mannequin, or a shark tooth with jaws,
I
or a leg.
I still have the first Maniac Anchor Bay released. You remember the big tin?
Yes.
And then the CD with it was like shaped like Joe Spinell's head and like a cutout, so it wasn't round. It was jagged. And yeah,
that's bad. You know which fucking tin I have?
Which one?
Take a guess.
Evil Dead 2. I still have that one.
No, I have the Beyond. If you believe that shit.
Oh wow! I would not have guessed that one.
This was before I saw the fucking movie.
I sold a lot of those tins off. I sold off Heather's. I might still have Halloween 4 and 5.
I think I have Halloween's, but like the one I have, I remember buying my first one was the stupid fucking. I should have bought Maniac, but I've seen Maniac at the time, and like I didn't make a lot of money at that point, or I don't make a lot of money now. But like I didn't have I can only buy one.
There you go. And you chose wrong. But you went with the one you hadn't seen. I get that.
Evil Dead 2 is the one that I still have. I sold most of those off, and I think for some reason it just wasn't going for much. So I was like, fuck it. It looks cool. I'll keep it. And I still have all the original bells and whistles. So yeah, I agree. It's fucking like a little scalp signed by maybe William Lustig. That would be pretty fucking sweet. You would get me again, Blue Underground. I'm ready. July. Get it out there. You'll get my money again. You fucks. All right. So you would too, Todd. You got to.
I'm not saying I wouldn't. Don't forget that over there, above Pug, past Pugs.
Yes. All right. So, Jaws. When did you first see it, Pugs? Like, when did you discover this one? I mean, this is obviously something that
you discover Jaws. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
as a kid,
this has always been there. Like from whenever I can remember. I probably saw it with my grandmother while she was watching it on TV. Maybe even like the Channel 5 matinee. They showed like 3 movies every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember the first time I saw it. I just remember it always being there. But I do remember it clicking with me, going, "This fucker is scary as shit." And I legitimately have a problem with sharks, and I think this movie contributed to it.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, like. When I found out some sharks jump out of the water, I lost my shit. I'm like, I don't want to go on a boat because like that's your home. I just came to visit, and now you're coming up on the boat. That's not cool. Yeah. So I can't really say Jaws scared me, like the movie, but like the idea of a shark eating you is fucking terrifying. Because even if it doesn't eat me, it's gonna bite the shit out of me and find out like I taste like shit. So. That's a scary fucking monster. It was probably around high school though, where I finally realized like this is a fucking masterpiece, and then I discovered like this is an accident of a masterpiece, and this is the hard work of a young brave filmmaker, but the editor. She's the one that fucking saved this damn movie because like everything that could go wrong went wrong, and once you find that shit out, you're like, holy cow, this is fucking nuts. It's crazy. I like it.
Yeah, Todd, what did you think? When you first saw it, did it have an impact on you?
I will say I don't remember when I first saw it because, like Pugs and you, Dan, it's always been there. I'm having a hard time remembering. I want to say I'm almost 100% sure I saw 3 first.
Oh, really?
Okay.
That was my very first 3D movie at the theaters, I'm 99% 100% sure that was my first Jaws, but then I remember seeing them all after.
Mm-hmm.
So I was. Hold on, I got to look at the. I was like 6 when this movie came, or what? Sorry, when Jaws 3D came out, I was like 6. But we'll get to that later.
Sure. High school, Todd.
Calm down, get off my lawn.
But you know what's weird? Like Jaws has always been Jaws.
Yeah.
Like since it's the first summer blockbuster, like it's never been a small movie anytime besides maybe making it. It's like it's just huge. It's a really big fucking movie, and it's I don't know how else to explain it. It's Jaws.
It is the original summer blockbuster, and one of the first, not the first, one of the first movies to open wide.
Yeah.
Like all over the country, and not traveling like they used to. Because I know most people don't get the concept of movie used to go from region to region and play. They didn't open up on, 1,000 screens. They opened up on like 20 screens in New York, and then 20 screens in Alabama, and then 20 screens in LA, and traveled Prince around.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's a few films that a lot, and I want to say Roger Corman even referred to this, like when this came out, he thought like, oh shit, like the studios now are, got the formula, and sure enough, I mean, I don't think in 1975, I mean, there was obviously still a lot of great indie and certainly Corman stuff. I think Death Race 2000 came out the same year as Jaws, but it was definitely a sign of things ending. And then, of course, you had Star Wars, and by the time I think like Gremlins or so, it's like movies had already changed so much. Ghostbusters, of course, another one,
which came out 36 years ago yesterday. No,
Yes.
2 days ago. This past Monday. 6/8.
Okay. Still older than me, so that's good. Once you're like remember seeing it in the theater, that's when you feel old. But Jaws. So this one really does go. Probably we talk like the most ripped off movies. I mean, Alien certainly had a lot of knockoffs. Die Hard. Jaws arguably could have the record. I mean, pretty much.
For a second there, I thought you were saying that Die Hard ripped off Jaws. I'm like, how?
No.
Okay.
Hans Gruber was the shark. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, picture just the shark like doing the slow-mo. If we can somehow get a shark in a skyscraper, I feel that's the next Sharknado.
That's Rape Shark 3D.
You know what? After everything from the pre-show, you know what we didn't even do?
What's that?
What?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. I think I did say that.
Yeah, but I didn't pop it up, though.
But yeah, no, man. I mean, this was. I mean, think about how pretty much almost any creature feature owes something to Jaws, and so this is really arguably the most influential movie maybe of all time. It's amazing with all the production issues and challenges that they had that this became the phenomenon that it did, and not to compare another not as good water film, but Titanic, of course, same thing. Lots of problems, and who'd have thunk it? It blew up.
Did you really just say not as good? Are you really hating on Titanic?
I'm not hating on it, but it's not Jaws.
Okay,
there was plenty of room on that.
Titanic is awesome. Did you see that recent meme? It's like Titanic's just a story of an old lady telling how she got some good dick on a cruise one time.
You know what's funny? I still say that fucking husband in that movie got the shaft. Like she married all those years, and all she gives a fuck about is that boat dick she had like 80 years ago. And then when she dies and goes to heaven, that bitch goes to Jack, not the husband she was married to.
That is a fucking solid point. Yeah.
Damn whore.
Yeah.
Now you're making me angry about that.
You know what we should do?
You're right.
Commentary on Titanic.
Yes.
That's going to be Patreon exclusive because I'm going to have some bad rants on that one. So maybe we
Is this your Pretty Woman? Is that what you're saying?
Seems like.
You are kind of right. Rose was her name. Rose.
Yes.
Rose was a user. Rose was a goddamn user.
I'm not going to argue. We're going to be on the same team on this one. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to figure out how to flip it and go on the other team.
If we're going to do that, and I will get back to you.
I'm Team Billy Zane. I'm just saying.
Smartest one. He just grabs some random child.
If we do that, the show image has to be Rose like on a couch and like we're like in our underpants surrounding her. So it's going to be a Pornhub parody of that with Rose.
Oh,
so
like the meme.
Funny.
Okay.
Yeah, just
what I got banned on Facebook for.
Yeah, so we're definitely not going to use it on Facebook. Good call.
There you go, Patreon exclusive. Because that bitch. There's plenty of fucking room on that iceberg. You fucking bitch. All right, so
I'm going to put a picture of Jaws on the board next to her.
There you go.
Too bad she didn't meet Rape Shark. And made poor Leo watch. Hey, Titanic too. Maybe she did.
Yes.
There was an Asylum Titanic too.
There was.
It's no good, but
have you ever seen Raise the Titanic? We should do a bad Titanic show about the fucking.
Yeah, it's damn. I'm excited for that.
But we should focus on
Jaws.
this one, though.
Yeah, this masterpiece.
Jaws. All right, so Jaws it tapped into a primal fear. I love the water. I'm not particularly talented, but I have a boat. I love just being in the water. And this is a movie, to be honest. Anytime, like I remember when I was in Vero Beach a while back, this movie's in your head. It always is, because it's possible. And I try and I like swimming out where there's no people, and it's always in the back of your head. It is possible that I might fucking die because we all know what happens in Jaws.
Do you go to a lake or do a beach?
Beach.
Okay.
I thought you went to a lake, but
yeah, I didn't know there are beaches in Georgia.
To be fair.
Oh no. Lake Lanier. I'm talking in Vero Beach in Florida was the ocean. Lake Lanier.
No.
But I'm just saying the fucking Bruce, that's the shark's name in case anybody didn't know, did what to all waters, even pools, what fucking Psycho did to showers. It stained any water activity. You just go shark. Come on.
Yeah.
My wife is the same way. She will not the water. But she loves the beach and she loves the water. It's just what's in the water scares her.
I don't let it stop me, but it is in my head, because now I wanted to clarify my boat. It's Lake Lanier. That's a lake, although it's a large.
You said you've gone
saltwater lake?
The Lake Lanier?
Yeah.
No, it's the world's not the world. The U.S.'s largest man-made lake. It's there's a whole town underneath it. It's massive. But no, Vero Beach is where I meant being in the ocean. So yeah, there's no sharks in Lake Lanier, but
there could be piranha.
There's water moccasins, I believe are the name. There's snake things that can bite you. That they're a thing there, but yeah, there's no crocs, no sharks, nothing like that. But Vero Beach, there certainly is. And I remember that was the last time, and you're not supposed to, or I don't know. I was looking at it, and it was some fucking bullshit, in my opinion, that you're not allowed to swim past a certain thing. And I did, of course. And, but it is
You haven't seen enough fucking horror movies, Dan, to follow the fucking directions?
I don't want to be.
I have an ocean story, but I figured we'd save that kind of stuff to the end, not to the middle of the Jaws review. But
yeah. So, anyways, I don't know.
But no, go ahead, finish. No, I was just fucking with you. Finish.
the movie is always in your head, and I remember that was like the last time, and I did go beyond where I should have, but you know, I'm like, oh, fuck, if I die, I die. But this
I
movie's
will.
always.
I'll tell you mine real quick. Pugs, be good.
Okay. Now I know.
You'll get why, because it's one that'll get
I hope
you.
they were wearing a life jacket.
So I was at the beach with a few friends, and just in the beach, you kind of swim out and float a little and hang out. So at some point, my feet were touching the ground, and I couldn't. The waves were too much, and I couldn't swim back. So I was basically just drifting off the sea. And the lifeguard had to come get me and throw me on the boat.
God damn, yeah. That's scary as fuck.
And then drive me
do
back.
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they had to like swim my fat ass in.
When was this again?
Oh, it's probably been 20 years.
Oh, okay. Well, you're a grown man then.
I was still like a teenage, younger. I may have been in my 20s. I don't know.
I'm sure you were intoxicated too, so that didn't.
No, actually, I wasn't. That's the worst part.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna drown, not drunk. This is horseshit.
And then to make it worse was like, okay, where are you at? So we know where to drop you, so you're close to where you were. I was like way off, so I had to walk like 2 miles from on the beach to get back to where it was.
I had a similar.
What?
Were they looking for you at all?
I don't know. They just left me. I don't know what happened.
Scumbag.
I found him like, where the fuck did you go? I was like, well.
I hung out with the Lady of the Dunes, which we should talk about after.
I had a similar story actually in, I think it was Saint Martin, and I was snorkeling. Really cool seeing like shipwrecks going down and everything. It was cool, but like I'm a good swimmer, but obviously I'm not like a big like stamina guy.
Racist, man.
I said I'm a good swimmer.
Yeah, but you said obviously.
Yeah, that's implying that either of us aren't.
Well, because I've been on the water all the time. I mean, I'm just,
He was talking to you, folks.
I know.
Good
That's
swinger. For a fat dude, I'm a good swimmer. That too.
That's called a floater.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, stamina. I'm no, what's his name? Michael Phelps. So I was I went out too far. I got tired from diving down to the shipwreck, and which again was like amazing. And I just like my strength was gone. Like I was trying to get back to the boat, and I wouldn't say like I almost drowned. These people that take you out know what they're doing. But I was having trouble getting back to the boat, and they had to like kind of not carry me in. I mean, I wasn't like totally out of it, but then I couldn't get on the boat. So it's like this like Dutch dude is like probably having to just lift my fat ass like up so I could get on the fucking boat. It was embarrassing. So
you didn't die, so the embarrassment seems to be worth it.
I think I would have rather have died in that moment. I was like, man, my fat fucking ass can't make it back on this boat. I was like, oh, all right. He died snorkeling in St. Martin.
It's all right. Took 2 of them to drag my ass in, and I was like, thank you.
Right.
Mention it all.
I was thankful.
I was like, only 2, sweet.
I mean, I pretty much got back myself, but then it's like, man, my strength's gone. I did too much.
I guess I'll just hide that for now.
But anyways, Jaws, man. All right.
Oh, okay, now we're going.
Well, it's all water. So
I know, but
honestly, it's fucking Jaws. What really can we say that nobody else has sucked
Right.
it? I was gonna go dirty, but like this movie deserves all the blowjobs in the world because like it's touched everything. It's one of the greatest. Even though I'm not really scared of it, it is one of the greatest horror movies of all time.
Yeah,
Not just movies, it's fucking horror.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Roy Scheider was still around. There you go.
So, Quint, fucking awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want him and Spinell to hang out and hunt sharks. Like, that'd be amazing.
Oh man,
Why didn't
you
what
can't see him sweat in the water though.
That's fine.
Who knows how close that was to happening? Because him and Spielberg were buddies.
Right?
He could have been the Richard Dreyfuss. No, he'd have to be the Roy Scheider's
What
role.
about that dude not really liking the movie? Like he just took the job because he thought the movie prior was going to be shit, and then look at how that turned out. Like, Richard, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But I appreciate you showing up in the Piranha remake as possibly the same character.
I think of it as being the same one.
I do too.
Well,
He's
that was the
whistling.
point. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, but he's whistling the song.
yes.
So that's fucking. I love. Well, we're gonna do Piranha at some point. So.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have a Piranha show.
A week from today.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm just rewatching this too. It's funny because you've got all the memes about the mayor from Jaws now. With
Timely.
current situation. And I mean, this film is still perfect for what I mean. I can compare it to any shark movie, and it's superior. I mean, there's very different kinds of shark movies now, but it's still just the thrill of it, just everything still holds up so
This
well.
may be
This movie doesn't
blasphemy
age.
to some people, but it's just my personal opinion. This is the greatest shark movie, but this is not the greatest water monster movie. I like Orca better.
Oh my God! How would we not have Orca on the schedule?
Is it not? Is it summer though? That's more
Yeah,
of a.
maybe we'll do a Jaws ripoff show next month because there's a few.
But I think a new
It's a lot.
Blu-ray is coming out soon, right? Didn't they announce something?
Oh yeah, we'll just review it then.
Scream, yeah.
Yeah, there's an Australian one too.
Yeah, that's the one I bought, and then I realized there was an American one coming. See, I still buy physical when they're like top tier. Yeah, I'm not saying Jaws is not top tier though. I can't really fucking defend that.
Do you think in a strange way, because a lot of people bitch about like all the crazy ass Sharknado, Ghost Shark, and all these sharks doing supernatural or superhuman type things. A shark's never bitten a boat in half, basically. So even this was kind of stretching what a shark was capable of, which is interesting. I don't know if it was Chris, but
the Jaws series is 100% accurate. We'll get more to that as we go along in the series.
Before we move on to Jaws 2, do you guys know the story of how the writer kept putting in all of his like side story bullshit? So fucking Spielberg told what's the main Carl Galati? That dude. He just wrote a note on the script, eviscerate it, and then he just came back with the meat and potatoes. I thought that was cool. That's like a dick move to the main writer, but he knew exactly what needed to be done.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever actually read the novel, which I should.
I haven't either, but I have a friend that did, and I cannot believe the words he said, but he's like, I don't know how this boring story became this amazing movie.
No, it's I haven't read a lot of Peter Benchley stuff, to be honest. I don't know why, because again, being into the water like I am, but Jaws is perfect. It really is. It holds up so well. Perfect cast. I mean,
John Williams.
Awesome. It's a 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
There you go.
Oh, and there's a true crime Lady of the Dunes. They still not identified. But, she was in the crowd, and they found her body washed up ashore. It's just like The Exorcist. There's a fucking serial killer everywhere.
Yeah, but has that ever been confirmed? I know that's been a long suspicion.
No,
but
it's want to elaborate on that for people that don't know.
Explain it.
Yeah, elaborate.
Well, let me see if I can find the photo while you're talking, folks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there was a missing person that went around, and then they found the body by the dunes. So they called her the Lady of the Dunes, and then it seems like she was an extra in Jaws, like in the opening scene. And like there's some identifying marks. I think they have the same shirt or some shit like that, or maybe a hat. Some article of clothing. It's the same thing. and then like she went missing around the same time, so they believe it's her.
All right, I'm trying to pull up the picture real quick. I found it. I just got to upload it.
Hypothetically,
I
if it
wish
was
I
a
knew more.
cast member that did the deed, like which one do you think did the deed?
Spielberg.
I don't know. Scheider seems like one that might have.
No, let's be real. It's fucking Mr. Robert Shaw.
All right, there we go.
Oh, so it was a bandana bullshit that they.
Yeah, let's make it. Let's make it a little bigger.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that's pretty cool. Well, unfortunately for her, but I'm like, this movie is that badass, and it's tied to a true crime story. This has me written all over it.
There you go.
Definitely. All right, and yeah, real quick, the since there is the new 4K transfer was beautiful, great upgrade. Yeah, I mean, solid transfer. There's nothing more to say. Black levels are nice and deep. Looks great.
And if you haven't like looked at the docs, which are all ported over, they're very feature length too. I mean, the making of is 2 hours.
I remember the big deal was on the last one, which is of course ported over, was that the shark is still working was finally included, because that was one that was done for a while that had no release, and that's a nice documentary.
It is, yeah. So anything you could possibly want to know. I love all the old retro footage of like Spielberg walking around on set and everything. I highly recommend all that.
And I can't remember the name of the podcast, but it's by Wondery. Homeboy does a deep dive. It's the same dude that did Exorcist and Psycho. Jaws was the third one, and it's like 6 half-hour episodes. And if you're a Jaws fan, I think that's mandatory listening, because I'm like, I love Jaws, but I'm not like, it's not my favorite movie of all time. I just think it's fantastic, and I'll be goddamn if I didn't like learn and have a good time listening to that. So I highly recommend that.
Nice.
Oh, awesome. So I got to ask both of you, you ever going to come down here and get on the boat?
Yeah.
There's shark-free lake. So there you go.
Jawsome.
You got to come down.
Yeah.
We'll do a show on the water. If I don't know.
You know what?
I still want to watch Jaws on the water.
I do too.
They do it at Lake Lanier, I'm told, like near Margaritaville, which is like where the one beach is.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
So I know Grindhouse, Draft House used to do it at their
Yeah.
Texas location every year, or in Texas.
If we do it, we have to go in gimmick. I don't know which. I don't think any of us look anything like the cast from Jaws, unfortunately, but we can do our best.
I'm gonna go as the bereaved mother. I'm just gonna wear a black veil and just start slapping everyone in a uniform.
I just want Dan to show up as Ellen Brody.
Fuck you, Todd. I can be fat Richard Dreyfuss.
How was that? Fuck you, Todd. I said who I wanted you to be. Jesus.
Did I? I probably told this story. Did I ever tell you like I pissed off Richard Dreyfuss once at a convention?
Surprise me.
It wasn't on. No, it was an accident though.
Why'd you piss him off?
Well, number one,
that's Mr. Holland, man.
He was buzzed that weekend, anyways. But I accidentally like almost knocked him to the ground. And it was just an accident, like near the elevators. And I don't know, my attention got, and I bumped him, and he almost fell down, and I felt bad.
Did you try to help him up, or were you just like, look at you?
No, I kind of said sorry, still going. I'm like, oh shit, that was Richard Dreyfuss. And I mean, I said, oh, sorry. I mean, it's a convention. I think that was chiller too.
Like, fucking out of the way, Dreyfuss. I'm trying to go meet Doug Bradley.
God, can you imagine if he actually went down or like cracked his head or something? That would be fun. Like I killed Mr. Holland.
You're like, Close Encounters sucked.
You start whistling though. I can't do it.
Your career died with Krippendorf's tribe. Oh man. But anyways, yeah, Richard Dreyfuss isn't in his. Well, he is, but like he's underappreciated. I think Richard Dreyfuss is great. I'm sorry, I nearly knocked you over, dude. So, anyways, our next film, Jaws 2, is this time from French director Jeannot Schwartz. Hopefully, said it right. Years after the shark attacks that left Amity Island reeling, Sheriff Martin Brody finds new trouble lurking in the waters. Mayor Vaughn, played by Murray Hamilton, wants to rid the beach town of the stain on its reputation. But the disappearance of a pair of divers suggests that it's all not right. When Sheriff Brody voices his warnings about holding a sailing competition, everyone thinks it's post-traumatic stress. That is, until a shark fin cuts through the water. All right, so obviously, this movie, it was problematic doing a sequel to Jaws, because it's like, all right, another shark comes back, and we got a top at that point, which was a monster hit that was pretty much everybody agrees is perfect for what it is. So the question is, Jaws 2, how did it stack up for you guys? Or Pugs, how did Jaws 2 stack up for you, assuming you watched them in order?
It did. Shockingly, it was not as bad as I remembered in my brain. That, or maybe I was just in a good mood. Although I still do wish we would have just covered Jaws and that was it, because I did watch this back to back. And I'm like, oh man, I probably should let this breathe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like towards the end, I'm like, I just started having fun. Yeah, it's nowhere near as good as the first one. But if you're in the right mood and you want more shark attacks and you like fucking Roy, I can't see you not having a good time. You may not like the movie, but I think you're gonna have a good time.
How are people still listening to the Mayor is my question.
Right. There's a lot of stuff done over again, like a lot of sequels back then. They should have went different, like we'll get to later. But this does have the line that should have came to bite them in the or did come to bite them in the ass later. Lorraine Gray's Ellen Brody says, sharks don't take it personally. Or something to that effect, which, well, we all know later.
Yeah.
So I just, when she said that, I started laughing.
You know what we were deprived of that he never did? Is imagine if Steve Irwin had lived long enough to star in like a bunch of cheesy creature features. Can you imagine just Croc Hunter battles like a shark in like some sci-fi channel movie? We never got that.
His son's still around. And his daughter.
Yeah, but nobody cares about them. I mean, the Croc Hunter's the Croc Hunter. I was watching like these movies and I was thinking, did you ever see the South Park parody? He's like, what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to jam my thumb in its butthole. It was like my favorite. We needed the Croc Hunter to like do like a job.
You wanted Roy to fist the shark?
Yes, exactly.
You know what?
If anything, now.
That shark deserves it. How about fucking the shark being Freddy Krueger, being all on fire and coming back a little extra crispy?
Yes, Freddy Shark, exactly. But yeah, no, watching this, I was just like, man, that Mayor, like, how the hell is he still a thing? I mean, I would have run him out of town at that point.
This is why we should be concerned about 4 more years, but I don't want to turn this show into that. But everyone should watch Jaws and Jaws 2 and, learn from their mistakes.
Well, I guess Jaws 2 is the 4 more years.
Yes, we can avoid it. We can go straight to 3.
One thing I did want to throw out there, since we're 1 and 2, and we were talking about how much of a nightmare Jaws was. Also a nightmare, Jaws the Ride in Florida was a horrible nightmare that actually, when it opened, because I remember I went, it wasn't open yet, or it had already closed, because it opened and it had the Jaws 1 ending, or I can't remember exactly what it was, but basically there was tons of lawsuits. The ride closed like in the first 6 months. I think on opening day, Steven Spielberg got stuck on it. Like the ride shut down.
Oh, fuck.
It was just like a horrible thing. Like everything that could go wrong went wrong. They shut the ride down. I think it opened back up 2 years later. And
2 years?
It was a long ass time. I'd have to look at how long it was closed because they had to basically redo everything. And in that, did you ever go on the ride, Dan?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was pretty young. Yeah.
Okay. The second version, and the version most people have gone on, is the one where at the end they do the Jaws 2 ending. Do you remember that, Dan? Okay.
That was the one that I saw, and I'm not sure what year, but that was.
You know what? That didn't even dawn on me. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're telling me the first Jaws ride, it ended with the shark exploding?
I don't remember. There's tons of YouTube's things.
Lots of glitches. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I'm trying to look actually right now what when it opened and closed.
Wasn't it Defunctland? Is that it that did a story on that ride?
There's quite a few. Oh wow. It would have been its 40th anniversary. Wait. 30th anniversary a couple days ago. It opened June 7th, 1990.
Universal, right? No, Universal in general, right?
Yeah, I believe that was opening day.
Yeah, I saw a few posts online. Pretty cool.
I'm trying to
they
see
get rid of all the cool rides now. I mean, like, there's like nothing cool left anymore.
Calm down, Grandpa.
Back in my day.
Well, if you go to someone older, they're going to say the same thing. So,
I mean, roller coasters are good. I'm just talking about like theme rides now.
You understand with themed rides, they have to change. Otherwise, they'd be going to Universal Hollywood and still watching the Conan fucking show. It doesn't make sense.
What's wrong with that?
It was a bad show, but the same reason they got rid of like Back to the Future, which that was a mistake. Even they have to admit, because that movie's timeless.
Yep.
But Terminator 2 3D and like 2020, I get it.
I fucking love Terminator 2, but
I did too.
The Simpsons ride is fine, but yeah, they need to bring Back to the Future. Dan, we went on The Simpsons when you were out here.
Yeah, we did.
And they took more fucking ever as pieces of shit. Anyway, Jaws 2.
Yes. I rewatching a lot of these, to be honest, they're more fun than I remembered. I think the sequels just suffered from being sequels to one of the greats of all time. I really had fun with all of them in different ways. This one, again, Scheider's back. I don't like typical Hollywood formula. I guess everybody forgot what he did in the first movie, so they treat him like shit. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, open wide, say iconic line.
Yeah.
If I ever get into a battle with a shark, I'll try and use that one.
You know what? Getting back to the first one real quick. In my head canon, I always remember "Smile, you son of a bitch." I always forget it's "Smile, you son of a boom."
Right. Well, your head fills it in.
Yeah.
And I did just look it up. It reopened in 93.
Wow.
Okay. That's probably yeah. I mean, and Jaws is so timeless too. I mean, come on. Update it if you want to. I'm still amazed that we haven't had a
like
Jaws
the other
remake.
one. They still have Jaws at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Every time I go though, it's drained. Like they're fixing.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I've been on it a few times, but like the last couple of times, we drive by on the tram and I just see the empty lake with Bruce just there. I'm like, you're not even working on it. Fix this motherfucker.
Cover him up some shit.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I don't know if you ever see videos of Jaws from back in the day. It actually had teeth like on the poster. So it looks real funny.
There's also the adult parody Deep Jaws, which I think we reviewed here a while back. Yeah, 2's fun. I mean, obviously it's nowhere near the first one. I do think this one benefits by having Scheider back. He's somebody that I think in his own way, even though the Jaws made him immortal, I know that stuck with him, though, being known for it, because he was on a show that I don't know if you guys will even know, called Sequest DSV. which apparently he fucking hated, and he just like, oh, I'm on the water again. And I think he just resented for being known for Jaws. I still never get that. I mean, he will literally, people will know who he is 100 years from now, because Jaws is so iconic. But but yeah, this one's fun. It's still this one feels like a fun B movie. It's not the classic that the other is, but I have a good time with it, and I love Freddy Shark. So
I really enjoyed the helicopter or whatever type of helicopter that was, and and like watching it this time, I kind of forgot what happens. I'm like, oh, is he gonna actually save the kids? Stupid me. I let myself get carried away. I really had a good time. I'm shocked. Like the sequels are just not up to par, but like I had fun.
Well, what do you give it?
I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna be generous. 3.5.
I'm a 3.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm 3.5 also. It's a lot of fun. Just don't go in like if you've never seen the sequels. They're just dumb fun. So 3.5.
All right, I did find it, so I'm going to show you at the Universal Studios Hollywood ride the difference of over the years of the Jaws teeth. And the first year still, I don't know who okayed that. Hold on, because it's supposed to look like the poster. There you go. You see the first year 76?
That looks like the cartoon version from Finding Nemo or whatever.
Hills Have Eyes, Shark.
Dude, 1984. What the fuck? He's on meth?
I think that's a bad picture. I remember 79, that version.
Dude,
so
my headcanon is either 79 or 14. Like these other ones, I don't at all.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw the 76 one. I think the first time I went to Universal was like 80. Maybe 81. I remember because the big highlight of the thing was they had Kit there, and I got to talk to Kit.
Fuck yeah, Kit.
And here's the thing.
Did he call you
I
Michael?
don't think I had an argument with Kit, but he wouldn't answer my question the way I asked it. So I was like, how many years you been on the air? And he kept saying, well, we've had seasons. I was like, okay. But how many years? We finally settled on, I think, 3 seasons, but that was not what I asked him.
Kit just didn't appreciate all the.
I guess I can hide this.
Kit didn't appreciate all the young ladies you were shoving in the trunk and trying to dispose of. He's not that kind of car.
That does remind me. When I went on the ET ride. The fucker did not say my name. He's like, Lynn. That's not even. That's not close. Lynn.
I'm gonna call the government, ET. And electrode your ass. I still really like ET too. Like I was on that one not super long ago.
They took it out in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's still Florida.
But
yeah, we still added a few years ago.
The Mummy's in its place, and I do like that ride a lot. So.
I've never done it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Isn't it basically just like the movie ripped off Indiana Jones? So does the ride.
Yep. Okay. Except this one goes faster.
Okay.
What would the Tom Cruise version of that be if that had caught on?
Going to space.
I'm finally getting. I'm watching the Universal Monsters. I'm like, I'll finally watch that Mummy attempt.
Oh, you haven't done it yet?
I have not.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you right now, the plane crash in that movie is fucking hardcore. And
well, I will be watching it in 3D also. So
yeah, but like that impressed me. I'm like, that's fucking scary. So
cool.
It has its moments actually. Tom Cruise in the Dark Universe stuff is where it. Yeah.
Are we gonna review it, or are you just watching it to watch? Because I haven't seen it since it came out.
The Mummy? We can throw it in. You know what? You both have seen it, right?
Yeah.
Cherry poppers.
You can.
Yeah, sure. We can do that.
All right. But I guess we should probably go back to the shark movies.
Are we going down? The Dudley Shark?
The Dudley Shark, yes.
Oh, it needs to like stutter and tell Brody, or no, not Brody. Brody didn't have a daughter.
Michael.
It's like
careful,
teach her how to suck it.
What are the kids' names? Michael and Sean?
Oh, I was going with
Yeah, I was trying to think of the names. Oh man, we need Bully Ray to voice a shark now. It's gotta happen.
He can voice Rape Shark.
There you go. Do you know who I am? Rape Shark. All right, Jaws 3. We're making it so much cooler than it is, but that's okay. All right. After a young great white shark finds its way into a sea-themed park managed by Calvin Bouchard, workers try to capture it. But the facility's attempt to keep the shark in captivity has dire consequences. A much larger mother shark appears in search of its offspring. Among those who must battle the angry aquatic killing machine are marine biologist Catherine Morgan and her co-worker Mike Brody, and a pair of friendly dolphins. All right, so this movie is so fucking 80s. This one, like, let's just throw fear out the window and just get stupid, and I mean that in the best possible way. Early Dennis Quaid, just as he was starting to blow up. I think he did Dreamscape like right after this. I think the same year. This movie is really, really dumb, but it is a lot of fun. And it's been so long, I forgot that it was actually fucking SeaWorld that they used. And I want to say the problem with that is SeaWorld is so much more fucking evil than the shark or anything they could have made up. Blackfish. Yeah. Oh, I fucking hate SeaWorld, man. You watch that doc, man.
You know what, though? That Telecom had a rap sheet. Like, he murdered people prior, and they still, like, I half of it's on them. Why are you still with the killer?
I do want to specify filming location wise. This was SeaWorld Orlando, because there's, there was one out here, and is there any more still?
I don't know, but San Diego, right? SeaWorld San Diego.
Yeah, I think that's where it was.
I fucking loved that place. I thought it was great, but I was a child. I want a big old fucking whale, and like I said before, Orca is my favorite of these type of movies, so I was all about it. I didn't know how bad they mistreated him, but like that's not going to take away my memory.
Do you remember Marineland, Pugs? It might have probably was already closed. It was in the Pacific Palisades.
Maybe I made a field trip there. I don't know.
Well, no, they actually were the ones with Shamu. When they closed, SeaWorld got Shamu.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where I saw Shamu is SeaWorld. So okay.
There you go. Random marine fact, because I've looked up numerous things about Jaws 3D. It was my first 3D movie. I'm 100% a 3D mark, and I've said that. And this is one of my favorites to watch in 3D. The depth is awesome. I mean, I don't know. I've had how many times I've watched this one in 3D. It is absolutely bad, but I love this movie so much.
I gotta agree with you, Todd, because when I did that double feature with Jaws 3D and Friday the 13th 3D, I was like, oh, this is what they were talking about. This is fucking awesome. Like, it makes all the fucking difference. All the difference.
And this,
I dig it.
People are like, oh, I don't like when they do 3D gimmicks. That's what makes these fucking movies. I mean, Friday the 13th 3D, all the gimmicks. This one, all the gimmicks. I mean, yeah, the little thing floating in front of the camera in 2D is going to look dumb. But
the fish head in the opening scene.
Yeah.
Scarred me. I'm still weirded out by it. Like, it looks weird. It's like Kane from RoboCop 2, but like way creepier. It's just like this turn thing. It's like it has all flesh and meaty things hanging off of it. It traumatized me for life, and I think it helped me make a horror fan out of me. But yeah, I fucking love Jaws 3D, Leia Thompson, and everybody involved, and the two dolphins that are adorable. They're just trying to save the day and get away. Like, that's fucking scary too, being locked in a room underwater and this big monster motherfucker, who's just looking for a kid that they murdered, by the way. Yeah. Just like break the glass, and that's scary. That's some scary shit.
It was so ridiculous too. Like, just like, oh, we're doing this little shark show, and they're like right there. Like,
I like that the sharks were just for the VIP. In the underwater gimmick. Now, see, that would be cool. I'd be scared as fuck to go in it if they really had that underwater, like, what would you call it, like
tunnel sort of thing.
Well, they have that thing in Vegas. I went in. I walked right under a shark in a tube, and the thing floated right the fuck over. And I'm like, I'm not cool with this. I had a good time, but like I was uneasy.
Well, you realize, like, if it broke, the shark's kind of more fucked than you'd be.
Is it though? Like one good bite, and I'm right there with them.
Well, yeah, sure, but as long as it doesn't like fall right on you, you could probably evade it at that point.
Damn, are you saying they don't like dark meat? Is that what you're trying to say, Dan?
That's fucked up, Todd. That's not what I'm trying to say.
I know an old school like joke like that. It's like, well, we look like whale shit, so they don't eat us.
Jesus, that's fucked up. But that's gonna throw me off. So yeah, this one is ridiculous, and I think it's so far away from the first one, which is why it gets a bad rap. But it's a hell of a lot of fun. It really looks like everybody had a blast making this too. Like I of course, like, nobody talks about it. I don't think I've ever heard like that.
Please give me a collector's edition of Jaws 3D.
If you can get Dennis Quaid to talk about it, I've met Lou Gossett, and I'm sure he'd be one they could get that would do an interview.
I'm sure they could get Leah Thompson too.
Yeah,
she was there when I saw this in at the Egyptian. So.
There you go.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. Yeah, people get so funny about like movies they made in the past, and yeah.
Well, she said she wasn't really like, she was kind of embarrassed of it, and Howard the Duck to a degree, but she got over the Howard the Duck thing real fast because she realized it had a cult following. It took her a while to warm up to Jaws 3D, but now she's like, yeah, I got this. I got Back to the Future. I got, she realized like, yeah, you got some good franchises in you, lady.
Yeah, people are gonna remember you for it. Yeah, and I mean,
nice wigs.
And then you do, what was her sitcom? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This one, if you're not watching it in 3D, there is some shit that doesn't look so good.
Well, yeah. This is always one, the film stock too. It looks extra grainy in 2D.
Yeah, it does. It really,
well, like, use your fucking head. You see something that looks weird. Oh, that's probably a gimmick going on, and you can use your fucking head.
Just like when you watch 13th Part 3. I mean,
yeah.
The eyeball coming straight at you looks weird. I mean, you just kind of...
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's up. I don't have 3D TVs anymore, so I mean that's something that eventually maybe lost to time too, until they come up with some new.
That's why I got the projector. I'm safe proofing.
Yeah. When I'm down there next time after all this world bullshit ends, we definitely have to watch this in 3D. I've never seen
a feature of this and Friday the 13th.
There you go.
If it comes out.
Yeah,
we can watch the red and blue one and just get the red and blue glasses and just get a massive headache after.
Yeah, I hated that shit. I could not get through it. They used to. Do you remember for a while? And shit, maybe they still do. They did like a lot of comic books that way.
Closer, Dan. You can't hear you.
They did a lot of comic books that way with the old school. What is the term? Anograph or something? Yeah. Oh man, I felt like I was gonna have a fucking seizure.
I saw it at the New Beverly Creatures from the Black Lagoon in 3D.
Oh, nice.
I had a great time, but dude, my head hurt so bad after the fucking movie. I'm like, this was fun, but that was not worth it.
They showed it anaglyph, not stereoscopic.
Yeah,
that's stupid.
It looked fine, but like, I think it was more like, oh, this is how they did it back then. This is pretty cool, but dude, the headache.
It's actually not though. That's the thing that sucks. It was stereoscopic back then too. They just had an anaglyph print.
Oh, that's fucking lame. Either way, I still have the glasses over there next to my Creature from the Black Lagoon because
cool.
I had a great time, but I'm serious. That headache was no joke. And then I got a parking ticket.
I hear that, I've never had that issue with 3. I don't know. Like every time I do an eye test, when it comes to the 3D part, I'm like, yes, dun 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 dun. They're like, you got that one at the end too. I was like, I got them all.
I love this shit.
That's interesting, and you have glasses, so that's
I wore them over the glasses.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was for me. Like I cannot do it.
I don't like 3D, but I appreciate it. Like I still remember the first time I saw Pacific Rim in 3DX, whatever the top notch was at the time, and then like I understood. I was like, oh, I can see all the water dripping off the fucking big ass robot. It's night sky. Like I got depth. Yeah. This is what I'm supposed to be seeing this entire time. Thank you, Guillermo.
Yeah,
there've been a few. Piranha 3D. I enjoyed seeing that. My Bloody Valentine. Some of those were fun, but I just. Number one, if we're going to be watching more movies at home now, and that's where things are trending, I think 3D is kind of dead. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, once they make it.
I want to say, was Scoob Plan 3D? No, Trolls 2 was. I remember that. I don't think Scoob was. So.
Yeah, no, that's so. Anyways, Jaws 3. Todd, what do you rate it? This is sort of your childhood fave.
That's the problem with me.
It's okay.
Because I want to give it a 5, but it is not. And I'm still going to rate it high, but I'm giving it a 4.
Okay, let's see.
And that is nostalgia.
I'm actually giving it a 4 just because I have a fucking great time with it. And I actually have seen it on the screen like it was supposed to be. Yeah. But yeah, is it like a masterpiece of a movie? Not in your typical sense.
I'm a little more realistic at a 3. It's not my favorite. There's more ridiculous shark movies I prefer, but I do like it. It's a lot of fun. It's not the piece of crap that people seem to remember it as. So check it out.
Speaking of pieces of crap.
Well, maybe it's not, Todd. I mean, this is
B's favorite Christmas movie.
I was gonna say I'm a little disappointed Ozzy didn't call in for this, but
I don't know if it really is, but he as you know now, he loves to say this time it's personal.
He does, yes.
So I wasn't there, so I'm gonna tell this story. I don't care. So when we were prepping to record his show the other day, like he had a different screen open. He didn't realize we were all on. So he's just like keeps saying this time it's personal, doing an Aussie voice announcer
over and over, and it's like he was telling us.
That's his warm up.
He was doing something with a video game or something. I think he was trying to record.
Yeah,
it was like OnlyFans.
I don't know, like 10 times. That would be fucked up. If can you imagine what Ozzy probably faps to if that's what he was doing?
Unfortunately, I honestly never imagined what y'all pledge yourself to. But now I'm upset because I did not even think about the fact there was a Jaws 3D or Jaws XXX 3D spoof. It's not Jaws 3D. It's Jaws adult spoof in 3D.
Really
confusing. Yes,
it's the shark getting on it.
I have not watched it, and I am totally upset with myself. I did not think about it for now, but that will be on one of our future parody shows, and maybe we'll save that till the next time we're down, and we can all watch it.
I was gonna say, if it's 3D.
I want that. If they, I have heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
We're gonna have to handcuff Dan.
Oh my god! Then he's gonna finish in 2 seconds.
Hands free. Damn it!
I want a dude in the just some cheap ass shark suit with a cutout, so he's just sitting there banging like a girl.
Banging Katy
We can
Perry.
have a female Brody. We can do a female version of Brody, and he's fucking Brody. It'd be awesome.
Oh God, I don't know if anyone's gonna remember this reference. Do you guys know Land Shark? Do you remember Land Shark?
I
know the
remember
name.
Sand Shark.
No, Land Shark. It was a character that was on Saturday Night Live. He would like knock on the door to attack you, and then like they wouldn't open it, and then he'd say, "Pizza Man," and like he'd say things till they open the door, and it was just a shark, and it would eat him.
My supervisor mentions that all the time. That's where I know it. He mentions that, and then the Eddie Murphy going, Ron Howard, Opie Cunningham. He does that skit all the time.
Oh man, shit! I'm really excited to watch Jaws 3 and then the porno in 3D now. That's gonna be awesome.
Jawsome.
Now, if they
Street sharks,
the whole thing should take place on the water though, and I guarantee it doesn't, but it should. It should. I don't know.
What if it's actually just underwater, but it's all paint?
But we'll get to that on Jaws 4.
All right, so Jaws: The Revenge, which of course
on
is
us.
Yes, from director Joseph Sargent. Once again, the peace of Amity and the lives of the Brody family are shattered by a bloodthirsty shark in this suspense-packed sequel to the original classic chiller. Lorraine Gary reprises her role as the now widowed Ellen Brody, who finds herself reliving the horrors of the past when a mammoth shark kills her son. Grief-stricken, she travels to the Bahamas to be with her son, a marine biologist, and his family. There she meets and falls for a carefree airplane pilot, but just as she is putting her life back together, the nightmare of the past returns when her granddaughter is attacked by an all-too-familiar great white. Determined to end the terror once and for all, Ellen sets out for a showdown to the death. All right, so this movie, I'm actually amazed that Ozzy likes this, because Ozzy doesn't,
I don't think he does. He likes this saying.
Okay, because he does strike me as like a guy that would not like dumb movies, like dumb B movies. But oh man, like where to start with this one? Well, first I do want to say I'm a big Mario Van Peebles fan growing up, and I somehow always forget that he was in Jaws 4. So it wasn't a movie I watched that often. I loved.
No. Why are you Why are you a fan of Mario Van Peebles?
Posse was one I loved. I still remember seeing that in the theater. Highlander, The Final Dimension, Solo, a lot of random movies that I just happened to watch around that time.
Well, I hear he's an asshole, so
he thought Posse was going to be totally different.
No, I just know someone who's worked with him, and all the stories I've heard have been negative. So fuck that guy. And because the guy who told me this, I like him a lot. And I trust him. So, but
can you
I
share
wish
any?
he would have fucking died. No, I cannot.
Oh, you can't. Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I would have.
All right, off air then. That sounds interesting. He always seemed like a pretty cool dude in interviews and stuff, but I don't know anything about
He's faking it.
I still remember.
They're all cool.
You weren't a fan of Posse. I don't know. I love that one when I saw it, and
I remember enjoying it. I don't think I've ever really revisited it.
Okay, that might be a fun revisit at some point. Because I wasn't into like westerns like I was now. Westerns to me were John Wayne. My dad was into that, and I didn't like a lot of that. And I want to say Posse. Once I finally saw that, then I was like, oh wow, that was actually pretty good. And then spaghetti westerns came not too long after that. So yeah.
Whoa,
no.
Dan. It's okay. Dan's Italian. He can call them spaghetti westerns.
Shut up, Todd. So anyways.
It's the same thing. It's 2020. You can't just call them spaghetti. I've actually heard people complain that is racist, by the way.
Oh my God.
Well, my Italian side, I'm going to keep saying spaghetti western. If that's not okay now, suck my dick, people.
But you know the difference is Italians aren't going to complain.
That's true. That's true. We don't give a shit. So anyways, this movie is so stupid, but this one, I'm gonna be honest. It might. I'm not saying it's the best of the sequels, but it's probably my favorite, just because it's so fucking dumb.
Over 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Probably just because of the stupidity of it. I mean, Michael Caine is the airplane pilot. I'm just sitting there. He's like, "Oh, here, sit on my lap." It's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna hold." I'm just like, "What the fuck, man? This is so dumb." And I also like the fact that the mother is kind of bipolar in this. So it's like she's catatonic, then it's like
PTSD, man.
yeah, but then she's bawling like Michael Caine, and I mean, I don't know. It's like then she goes on the water, like to the Bahamas at that point. It's like your son just got like fucking eaten at the beginning of the movie. It's like, what the fuck?
You don't tell someone how to grieve, Dan.
I don't know. I'm making judgments. I don't care. What did you think of this one though, Bugs?
Yeah, she's a terrible mother. But she's a terrible mother suffering from PTSD. So that part sucks. But you would think at this point, this family would learn. Do not go in the water. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Yeah, this one, I remember hating it. I didn't hate it this time. Maybe I just come to accept the terms like this is just dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the toughest one to get through. I found myself on my phone a lot. I was like, do we really have to watch this one? Yeah, okay.
Maybe then Pugs thought he had to watch 2 of them, so that maybe
I did. So because there's an original ending that I have never seen. So I thought Todd was like, "Oh, you need to watch both." I'm like, "There's 2 fucking versions," and it's like, "Oh, it's just the ending." Oh, thank Christ. And I guess we'll get into which version I think is better later. But yeah, as a whole, like this is skippable unless you have OCD and you want to watch the whole thing. Otherwise, there's really no need. You can get it from the trailer, and yeah, it's okay at best.
I guess it was just like particularly there's one point where there's an attack and like the person comes back from it's like it's so stupid. Like it's just so dumb. I had more laughs with this.
You want me to make it even worse for you? Okay. I guess this is because of I've been overly observant lately. But this I actually already knew, but I actually focused in on it for once. Because I don't know if you guys know, all the water scenes, like at the finale and all that stuff, was shot at Universal Studios Hollywood. Do they still have this? I haven't been up there on the tour in a while. Do they still have where the painting was across from the Great Outdoors cabin?
Yeah, that's always there.
Okay.
They did it for the Truman Show. Okay. Sometimes it's painted green for a green screen.
Okay, well that was created for this originally. And you can, if you look in the background, you can see the sky's not moving. So once I notice it, I can never unnotice it. So,
and they use the shot like 3 fucking times,
and it's always shot the same way because they can't turn the camera.
Okay, well now I don't feel as judgmental. Makes sense.
But oh well.
This movie, I mean, I've always wanted to make love to an angry welder. It has so many stupid lines. I was surprised, honestly, revisiting this. I was like, man, I don't know. For some reason, I'm just reveling in the shittiness of this movie more than the other sequels. I don't know. May have been just my mood at the time, but yeah, and then the psychic kind of connection with the shark that they did. Yeah. I mean, it's like, wow, this one really. Although again, 1987. Look at kind of where the genre was. There were a lot of really just batshit movies made around. A lot of great ones too, of course. Hellraiser, of course, the best. But yeah, it's definitely a product of its time. And like I said, there's the one attack scene that made no sense, and then I think the character just kind of makes a one liner no big deal. I'm like, motherfucker, you would be dead. But yeah, I'm actually surprised. Frankly, you guys don't like this one a little bit more for what it is.
Honestly, I think I was just jazzed out by the time I got to this one. But I used to think I hated this movie.
Mhm.
I don't hate it. I just rather not revisit it for another 11 years or so.
It's not boring. It's not boring for sure.
It's boring.
There's parts that are fucking boring.
This is the only one that I was like, okay, let me check my phone.
Oh. I did that a lot, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
This one was hard to get through.
Did I miss something? No, I did not.
And I thought that because this was I know I saw 3 at the theater, but I didn't like rush to go see. Like, I know I went with my mom. Like this one, 87, I rushed myself to go see it. So, and I was like, and I had already seen the screen at Universal, so I was like, cool. I saw some of the set, and then I watched it. I was like, but speaking of the theatrical,
I was gonna ask.
Okay, the original theatrical ending was they thought didn't work, and they cut it, and we have the ending everyone's used to, which I don't know if we should talk about right now because it's technically, I guess, spoilers, is it not?
I think we're okay.
Okay. Well, if you don't know the ending of Jaws 4, The Revenge, we're saving you a couple hours. The original theatrical, the home video ones is they stab it with the post and he explodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which that's why Dan's like, I love it. It explodes randomly.
Dude, he didn't eat anything to explode. It was just boom.
Yeah.
You know what? I rewound it because I'm like, did I miss something? So I've seen that ending 2 times and the other ending once. I like the other ending better, but what they need to do is have an insert of them breathing because we need all of a sudden it cuts to black and they're on a fucking airplane. Or they're walking on an airplane. Like, well, both of these endings suck. I like the red blood, the paint coming out of the shark's mouth.
Yeah.
Like, this is more of what we should be getting than the reminder of the first movie.
Yeah. Definitely the blood was cooler. That whole ending is, I get they are both bad. Like with Dan liking the absurdity of this one, the exploding shark probably works. But I think the other one's a lot cooler.
They just straight up ripped off Little Mermaid. And that's cool. I love Little Mermaid.
Oh man, I think that's pretty much it. It just, this one clicked with me at the moment, and nothing makes any sense. But
really early. I mean, like, is there a nostalgia to this one, like I have for 3?
Well, not really. I guess I would compare this, for me, from what I remember of my memory. Obviously I saw Jaws first, of course, fantastic movie, definitely lived up to the hype. And I saw the sequels probably, if not right after, I mean, very soon after. And I think I had the same reaction that I had as a kid from when I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre and then saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Now, these sequels are not Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which I think is a masterpiece in its own right. But when I first saw it as a kid, I was like, what the fuck is this Looney Tunes bullshit? This doesn't feel like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So that was a movie that I grew to love later. Am I going to sit down and watch the Jaws sequels like every year? Hell no. But
this is not going in Christmas rotation.
Well, I was like, you don't got to take that tone, man.
No. Like, this one actually probably will, and I was going to say that also helps it too, because it is a legit Christmas movie. So yeah, this I probably will watch for more than 2 or 3.
There's people that like Superman 4. I just have to let it go at some point.
You like Superman 4, don't you?
No, I like Superman 3. Oh, you're a Superman. Okay.
I do like Superman 4.
Well, let me
it's nuclear man. And
when I say this statement, does it bother you? Superman 3 is not as bad as Superman 4.
no, that doesn't bother me at all.
Ozzy will fight me to the death on that one.
Really?
I can watch Superman 4, and I it's not like Jaws 4. I actually have enjoyment in Superman 4. But it's not better than 3. And those are the
No, I will co-sign that all day long. And Richard Pryor actually annoyed me in number 3. I'll just be honest.
I love
I like 3. And the what's her ass? I forgot her name. But when she becomes like that robot thing.
Oh yeah. That part scared me when I was a kid.
Fucking creepy as shit.
What year did that come out? 83? I'm looking now because
it has been a long ass time since I've watched any of the Superman movies. Not my hero.
Superman 2, I'll like co-sign that too. Superman 2 though is the shit.
Yeah.
Pick a cut, I don't care. They're both fucking awesome.
Yeah. Fucking Zod makes that shit.
Terrence Howard?
Yeah.
Terrence something. He's the man.
Terrence Stamp.
And then,
I was going to say, are we talking about the Marvel shit now? You were confusing me there.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, that's the black one. He got fired.
I was like, was he a kid in that or something?
And Ursa, whose name I can't remember, her real name. Fuck. Well, she's awesome, too. Mm-hmm. And then Numrod? Num. I forgot. But fucking Kurgan of his time.
It's ironic that, or no, I'm not going to say it. It would have been funny, but I'm not going to say it. I'm being good. I was going to make a kryptonite.
You can't just leave. Oh, yeah, make a cripple joke. That's fine.
Kryptonite joke. I was going to say the horse is Superman's kryptonite.
Okay, maybe you should have kept that to yourself.
Too soon, Dan.
You can believe
Although if the horse was named Kryptonite, that would be fucking hilarious.
Maybe you should have known better.
Yeah.
Maybe it's called The Quest for Peace. Okay, since we're talking about Superman, and I don't think it's ever going to come up in another one, my Superman 4 story, I was a huge Superman fan. Superman 3.
Can I stop you? Should we rate this and then do that story?
Oh, did we not already?
We did.
Oh,
That's
shit.
why.
2.5.
Oh, I'll
3.5 for me.
I'll go 3 because I don't hate it, but yeah, it's skippable though. 3, but skippable. I think.
I think it's fun. I'm not. It's dumb, but it's dumb fun. Yeah. So you were saying, Todd.
Superman 4.
If you want to hear a dumb Superman 4 story, all right. Well, yes, huge Superman fan as a kid. Superman 3 was probably my favorite. I don't know if it still is, but it probably is. Drunk Superman fighting himself in the garbage. Yeah. And I had that problem with Superman Returns because it looked like he was wearing the drunk suit the whole time. So it was like,
yeah.
So all I can think about is he's drunk the whole goddamn movie. He probably had to be around Kevin Spacey, but that's a whole nother thing. So I was super excited to see Superman 4. And I rode my bike to the Buena Park Mall, locked my bike up, super excited to go see it. I went and watched it. I was like, well, God damn it, I'm going to watch that again. So I watched it again. So then when I'm done, I go out to go home and my bike got jacked.
Oh, no.
I was like, God damn it. Not only did I make myself suffer for Superman 4 twice.
Those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You didn't get it back, I take it.
No.
I'm back in those days.
Right? Was it chipped? Come on.
Was it steal? Did he steal it?
Oh, come on. Don't yell. You don't yell it.
See, and this is what he does. It's this comment that goes over his head. Then when he gets it, he makes it real.
It's funny. It was a good one. It did. I had to remember.
It's okay when Pugs does it. Because even if it is somewhat racist, it's not Pugs being racist. Whereas some of the stuff you say, someone who doesn't know that you don't know what you're saying is a little racist. I'm protecting you, Dan. Trust me.
I have not seen Steel in forever. Shit, that was it any good? I can't even fucking
No.
that bad. I mean,
It's
I know
not.
it wasn't rated well, but not even fun.
I haven't revisited that movie
Yeah,
in God knows how long.
I
It's
can
not
bear
good.
Ozzy
Okay.
can't even admit how cheap Superman 4 looks.
Oh, dude, he kicks the fucking backdrop. What are you? Ozzy's on drugs, man.
Well, yeah, but
I fucking yeah.
watch
I
next
like-
time we're all in a show together. So this is something for everyone watching or listening to remember. Next time Oz and Puzzy, Pugs and Ozzy are on the same show, I will bring up Superman 4 and we will just let it go from there. So that's I don't know what episode it'll be in, but it'll happen.
We should do like a Superman revisit. I'm down. I don't know if Ozzy wants to do it on his show. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe we'll start a new one.
What was the villain's name in for Captain Atomic or something?
Nuclear Man.
Nuclear Man. Oh, okay,
It's
there
really
you go.
simple.
Yeah, the villain. The
villain was
like,
Canon Pictures. That's who the villain in Superman 4 was.
But, like, he looked fucking cool. He looked like Halloween as a supervillain. He had orange and black. I dug him. I didn't like the hair, but I want them all.
Should have got William Cat.
kind of looked like a WCW jobber though,
He
but
did.
you know,
Dude, since we're talking about Superman, I still can't believe we've had I don't know how many movies Superman, at least like 6 by now. There's no Brainiac villain yet. Like he's only fought fucking Zod and Land. That's pretty much all he's fought.
Wasn't he on either Krypton or Smallville? I don't watch those.
Yeah,
but-
not the show. I'm talking about cinematically. Like,
Oh, okay.
He has a cool fucking rogues gallery, and we keep getting the same ones. Now, mind you, Michael Shannon was the fucking man. I know you guys don't like Man of Steel, but like Michael Shannon brought it as the.
I didn't
new
mind
fucking-
Man of Steel.
Okay.
I'm not a Superman
I
guy,
think
but
you-
I.
But dude,
Oh, no, I
Michael
just don't-
Shannon as General Zod was fucking
He
awesome.
was good. I like Superman Returns though, so don't go off me. That's 100% nostalgia though, because it feels in the same universe, and he absolutely does his Christopher Reeve's impression.
He does look like yeah.
My issue is that the Superman character is just too clean cut. Like I don't buy him. I've never really been into Superman. I tried, I think, as a kid. I remember reading like the Doomsday storyline. I do remember reading that and thinking that was cool, but never drawn to Superman.
I always talk shit on Superman, and then I because I forget how much I like him because everyone's like, "Oh, Superman, Batman." Well, he's fucking Batman. He's fucking Batman's the best. But like when it comes down to it, I do really like Superman. He's fucking cool. But if I had to choose the two, but like Superman's a problem, which is why
he doesn't work now.
Well, not you got to know when to use them. Just like how Marvel did it with Captain Marvel. No, in Avengers, she didn't come till the very end to help save the day. That's pretty. Because once Superman enters the picture, we kind of just let him win, do his thing. Whatever. Batman all the way.
Like I loved the George Reeves show. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's good shit.
OG. Yeah. I
liked him when I listened.
I don't know.
I popped when he showed up on that one. I like that Superman. He had the gut. He didn't give a shit. Clark smoking.
He was 50 strong, man. He had
I need a Superman that has faults. Like I want Superman like doing cocaine and banging hookers or something. It's just there needs to be something. Like he's just too clean cut.
Superman 3, fucker.
Yeah, and you have Amazon Prime, Dan?
Yeah, I own the movies on Blu-ray. I have.
No.
Yeah.
I would like for you to watch The Boys.
That's what I keep hearing.
I hear that too. It's just time.
Homelander is my dude. He's such a fucking scumbag. You would love him. I am voting that we make The Boys review. It's gory enough to fit on the show.
Is that Carl Urban's character Homelander or? Oh, okay, I know
he's the Superman character of the show.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But dude, Dan, you'll love him. I think he'll be your favorite super person.
He does crack and he kills hookers.
One of those things is possible.
Oh, okay.
But is he better than Super? Not Superman.
There's no power one. You guys won't like it better than that, but I guarantee you'll fucking dig it.
Shut up, crime. It's hard to beat it.
Dude, when he fucking hits the dude with the wrench in the line, I lost.
Oh my god, I saw that clip. Oh, where did they play that clip? They played that clip like a year before the movie came out. It was on like maybe you remember when they brought him back in like the early 2000s or 2000s. It was either the Scream Awards or the Fangoria Awards.
Oh yeah, the Chainsaw Awards.
And they were like airing them on like Spike and shit.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
They showed a clip, and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to see!" And that's the clip they showed.
Because tell me, you haven't wanted to do that in a line back when we used to line up for movies.
Oh yeah, that's not going to play well now.
I can't wait to go back to the movies. I'm almost like I'm like a month away from chancing death. I'll just bring my wet wipes and
they open Friday, right?
They open Friday.
Well, they're allowed to open Friday.
Yeah, 25% capacity or 100 people or less.
I would think AMC would just go ahead and open them all and hope for the best. I mean,
I'm sure they wish, because I hated the day they did it. At the Norwalk one, they put in the touch screens. And those are like, I don't want to touch those anyway.
Yeah. You got your phone, people.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
They just need to, because some of the locations have it where you order with your phone and then they put your food out.
They have that, yeah. But
they don't all have
now they're saying
you have Duramax with you.
They need washable or throwawayable seats, and then you have to wear your mask on the way in. Not saying you have to wear it during the movie. I'm like, that's defeating the purpose. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna risk it until maybe Wonder Woman, and that'll be either do or die.
If I die, I die. Well, if you're gonna die, you need to see those Wonder boobies. That you are owed that.
Let me ask you this though, Pugs. What if they say screw it, and we're gonna do a day and date release? Are you gonna go see it?
No, I'll see it at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really? I'll go to the movie theater.
I will too. I'll stay home.
I'll stay home. I'll watch it. You charge me fucking $50-$70. That's fine. If that option is there, I'm taking that. I hope it's to own, not just to rent. Because if it's just to rent, then yeah, charge me $20 to $50. Fucking $70. I better keep that damn thing.
Well, they're testing it. I mean, Scooby was $25.
That's fine. I'll pay $25 for Wonder Woman. I'll pay $30.
And that's the thing. No one bitched.
Yeah,
because people bitched with Trolls and the other stuff for $20 because it was only rent. You could rent Scooby Doo for $20, but you could own it for $25. Yeah,
just $5 more. You get to keep it. Yeah.
And if they did $20 and $30, people aren't going to bitch too. They're like, well, you can just rent it then.
Well, if they just heard me, I'm willing to go up to like fucking $50.
Not say that much,
but like I'm not everybody.
No,
like
I get that.
I am a movie lover.
Wait, hold on, Dan. What if
Dan's all pouting?
I know he is.
Fuck both of you. I want to go to the movies.
Well, okay, so if the movies were closed, what would you say about that plan? Like if the movies are closed and they're like, we're gonna put it on VOD.
I can't. Oh, you're saying I can't go to the theater? Okay, put it on VOD. But what again? What are the parameters there?
Price point.
What's the price point?
$20 to $30. Anywhere between $20 to $30.
No, I'm not paying that to rent a movie.
Yeah, wait. No, it was 20. Let's say 20 to rent, 30 to own. Would you do it?
No.
Okay. Let's say I'm going to change the movie and ask, and change the prices. Halloween Kills, 20 to own, or 20 to rent, 40 to own.
No.
Bullshit.
I don't believe
we still have physical media, so I mean, I'd pay $20, $25 to own it.
But you'd have to, yeah.
But you'd have to wait.
I just fucking wait or watch it with somebody. I don't know. I wouldn't pay that. No.
They should charge $31, and I would totally pay $31 to watch it at home.
No, not going to do it. No, it's to me like again, not to rehash.
But
the
here's
benefits
hold
of
on, pause.
theaters, but
Dan,
you're not
gonna
getting
go
a communal experience. You know what I
But
mean?
what if we all watched it on Zoom or something? And the communal experience, I totally agree with. It's basically just reactions.
What I don't get.
I
that.
mean,
What
you're
saying?
not talking during the movie.
Oh, sure, but it's still. I mean, it's the same thing. It's experiencing something together. Number one, yeah, we all have great TVs, Todd. I know you have an.
But
awesome
Dan gets
fucking
excited
TV,
when there's no one in the theater. But he wants the communal experience.
Well, there's good audience. Yeah, there's definitely good audiences and bad audiences. Sometimes you'll get
I see what you're saying.
some fucking
Bad
bitch.
audiences.
No, I'm talking young. Like, all right, I'll go right out and say it. Teen girls are fucking pain in the fucking ass at the movies. So I mean, I get it, but still, I want that experience, and I would absolutely stand tall and just not even. Hey, I want to see Halloween Kills, but I'm not going to pay $31 to rent or own it on digital. Not going to do it. I think most people, again, I'm not advocating this, so I don't want anybody to jumble my words, but I would think they just wait and download it or watch it with somebody. I hate to say it. I still.
Those people are going to do that anyway.
I hear you, but I think even some that don't know how will just learn at a certain point rather than paying $30+ for every single movie. I don't think it's going to be $30, but
they got to make up for multiple viewings. So I think at some point they're going to have to do a price jump.
Yeah, but think about how much you pay for Netflix every month.
That's the thing. We don't think about it. It's just, oh yeah, I signed up for it and I just let it go. Now it feels like free movies. I know it's like $14, $15 a month, maybe even 18 at this point. I fucking know.
I think it's hard. It's like the same thing with WWE getting people back to traditional pay-per-view, which I think financially they probably need to do at some point, but it's hard. Like, look at what I get on Shudder for $5 a month.
It's not hard because people still pay $20 on digital to own stuff.
Yeah.
Just because you don't doesn't mean the majority of people will.
I double dip several times.
Usually digital's about $14.99 at the highest, in fairness.
When it's brand new, I've paid like 19.
Yeah.
Maybe 22 or something.
I may be in the minority. I'm just speaking for me. I won't do that. I'm not 31 now.
Dan, I'd like to believe you, but if it's Halloween Kills, I think you're going to do it.
And I will explain what. Let's just wrap this. We're already like way over.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Well,
Jaws is fucking awesome.
There you go. We'll skip the promotional stuff. I think you guys know where to find us.
Stalk us on all social media bullshits and have a good night.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Sounds right to me. I guess I should kind of like do the outro.
That's what I was waiting for, but that's good.